Guys, Marsegan here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to be taking a look at the Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 VEGITO on a giant 8 power team, and this build is using the LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku. So for Limit Breaker VEGITO, this does mean that he is going to be the only unit on the team. He is only getting the 170% leader skill, because Goku's lead is GT Heroes or full power. Obviously Vegito's on full power, and then his plus 30% is to pure or hybrid Saiyans, which of course Vegito is not on because he is a fused fighter. So everyone else gets the 200%. I'm just really interested to see how well he's going to perform under a 170 lead, but also how well he performs like with Goku, especially if we can get full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku out. So let's go ahead and jump in. Okay, well, we don't have Vegito on turn 1, sadly, but we can get a decent bit of build-up going here. We can get 2 hits on Goku, not really ideal, but as you can see, no slot on the turn actually has more than 2 attacks. So I feel like that's the only unfortunate thing with this Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I mean, this isn't new news, right? We've been talking about it since he dropped on Global. People were talking about when he dropped on JP, but I guess when he dropped on JP, these stages weren't out. But, like, yeah, that's, of course, we took the first hit was a super as well. Like, in these events, the Dismal Future Red Zone, he's just so, like, disadvantaged compared to a lot of the other events, because they're a lot shorter, so if he's not getting the hits in that he needs, like, early on, then obviously you can struggle to see the full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku even come out. And then because of the way his kit works, there's a lot of units that do the same thing, but he needs to get hit once to get his big defense buff. So the difference between him taking that super as the first attack and if he'd taken a normal attack first is a pretty significantly large amount of damage. And of course, we just get unlucky and he takes the super as the first attack of the turn. So even in slot 1, with all the damage reduction that he does have, he still takes that much damage. And this is a 90% friend. So mine's only 55%. So I'm definitely very scared. Like, if he super attacks again in slot 1 here, we would probably die. Whereas I can be fairly confident in the knowledge that if I put Vegito in slot 1, we should be fine. But then the problem is Goku doesn't take any attacks. So we do share 5 links with the Goku. Super Saiyan, Shocking Speed, Prepared for Battle, Saiyan Raw, Fierce Battle. The only problem, of course, here is if Vegito will probably kill Zamasu. So that means this Goku's getting no attacks on him. I feel like we're probably just going to have to resign ourselves to the fact that the one of the Gokus is probably just not going to transform in this run, which is a little bit unfortunate. Obviously, global players will have to look forward to the release of the Omega event, because I know that is an event where JP players have been able to see this Goku shine because it's a lot longer, because he has AoEs. That's kind of like an extra attack you can get in on a unit without him having to be in that slot, right? If there's like 3 attacks in slot 1 and then there's an AoE in slot 2, that means the unit in slot 1's getting hit 4 times. So that can actually be very beneficial. But, I mean, look at Vegito on the 170 leader skill, still putting up almost 10 million attack, getting the crits. And then, yeah, unfortunately he didn't finish him off, but Goku will. So Goku still doesn't get to get any hits. There weren't any in slot 2 anyway. But now we're up against Tech, Zamasu, and Rose. See, I was going to say, this is the kind of rotation I was hoping to get, because it gives these guys the opportunity to actually get hit. The thing is, though, we can't transform with these guys. Do I need to worry about... that? Maybe. If I do this, and then I won't heal enough. Well, actually, we can't use it on this turn anyway, can we? Yeah, no, it's only from the 4th turn, so where's he going to super? That's going to be so annoying, because these guys will... They got 356k. As long as they only get normal attacked, they will be fine. But they have to only get normal attacked, which is the problem. So I think what I'll do, actually, I will just go ahead and throw this up, because I'm only really interested in seeing, like, Vegito and Goku together anyway. So we'll do this to make sure we survive the turn. Goku, obviously, here is going to get all of his hits to allow him to build up for the standby. And then, of course, they seal him as well before he attacks, bruh. Well, fortunately, though, now because we're up against the tech enemy, we can potentially get the hits in with the other Goku as well. Because he did super. That was actually the good thing about him being able to super attack. So I suppose Vegito not finishing off Zamasu was actually good, because Goku gets a 4-turn buff on doing his 18 key super, which means at the start of this next turn he is going to have extra defense. So that should enable him, without the item active, to take a hit quite nicely in slot 1, get that defensive buff, and then he should be fine. And obviously Vegito, despite having type disadvantage, is going to have the damage reduction, so he should be fine as well. Plus, depending on who floated, have we got Vegeta? Limit Breaker Vegeta, definitely not good at like taking a super attack, but because there's a Goku on the rotation, it means that he is he's giving some support. I forget which way round it is. Does he give attack or does Goku give attack? Yeah, all allies attack 40... Well, superclass allies attack 40% when there's an ally whose name includes Goku. So because we have this guy right here on the rotation, we are then getting that attack buff from Vegeta, which is quite nice. So let's go ahead and do this, because it wouldn't pick up the int orbs. Then we can grab the AGL orbs for Vegito. I'm a little bit worried about Limit Breaker Vegeta here. His raw defense after supering is not terrible, but I don't know if he can tank the normal attacks from Zamasu and Goku Black here. I guess we'll see. He does get extra defense on super as well. So, I mean, if he gets like the triple super turn, we could be looking pretty good. But I guess we'll see how this goes. So, big attack stat from Goku. Remember, my full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku is only 55%. So, take a bunch of hits. Ideally, all we need to do is survive the turn. Then we go into the next turn, stand by into Oob, change some orbs, potentially get a big heal. And then obviously we'll see how we go. But yeah, Vegito tanking. Oh, he didn't super, did he? He's gonna super, or they're gonna super Vegeta, aren't they? Let's see. Well, I mean, he's got the full giant 8 power rotation, so he's getting his extra super attacks off here. Can we get the third one as well? We do. Will he? He should tank normals. Okay, right? But they're gonna super him, aren't they? I can feel it. Yeah, of course they did. Bruh, we didn't even get to get one normal attack so we could see what that looked like damage-wise. But, I mean, honestly, considering the damage that they do, 1 million damage to him is, I mean, it's a lot, and it's instant death, obviously. But I could have expected it to be a little bit more than that. So, let's jump back into another event. Okay, so we're in the Tech Divine Wrath and Mortal Will stage for the Zamasu. I think this has the potential to be quite interesting here for the Goku. I did actually find another rainbow guest friend, so I think this should work out pretty well for him. So we're going to go ahead and do this. Vegito just doesn't need any key, so don't need to worry about getting tons of orbs for him. We can save those for the Goku. So he started off at 235k. Remember that obviously he's going to get 150% when performing a super. So he's already going up to over 600k, and then of course he has 60% damage reduction. So I think post super he should eat a super from this Zamasu, despite the fact that he is type disadvantage. Now I've already tried, like I jumped in for a run here, got a really bad starting rotation, put Vegito in slot 1, and of course the first attack was immediately a super, and he does still take like 1 million damage because type disadvantage, his start of turn defense being like 250. But post super, I am actually really interested to see what he would take from a super. And I think the thing is, even if he does get one shot by a super from this Zamasu, it's not really an indictment of his abilities, because it's, you know, a hard-hitting type disadvantage boss. But if he takes a reasonably good amount of damage, then obviously that'll be very impressive to see. And speaking of good damage, triple super, 10.4 mil. He's on a 170 leader skill, I must remind you here, right? So, double-digit damage from the normal attacks. Yeah, that's pretty good, I would say. So let's see, what are we looking at here for the next rotation? My Goku, 100k for my 55% Goku. And then it's so crazy to see, because of the amount of extra defense that he gets, him dropping down to being on like, from taking 100k to taking like a couple of thousand is actually crazy. So this rotation is going to be really awkward. We've not got a lot of key. Ugh, what a yikes. I think what we'll do here, I really just want to see full power Goku next to Vegito. So I'm going to go ahead and use both the items here. So we're going to have mega defense for this turn as well as getting a heal. And then grab these same type orbs. So we're back to full health. Because really it's only the Goku and like Vegito rotation that I want to see. So we need these guys to not throw. Now obviously Giant 8 power as a team in and of itself is not the craziest. By running the Goku leads, you're obviously sacrificing being able to run Limit Breaker normal Super Saiyan 4 Vegito. But if you run a different leader, like say for example you run Vegito as the leader of the team, then the full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku is only getting a 170 lead. And for me, because mine is only 55%, it feels like it makes more sense to have Vegito be the one under the lower leader skill because he's Rainbow. And obviously, as we've already seen from his turns on this team, he's still able to put out like very impressive numbers. Whereas again, my Goku being only 55%, I'd be a little bit more worried taking him into some of these tougher events against these bosses at 55% only under a 170 leader skill. So definitely interesting. Giant 8 power needs more buffs, right? I think the oldest character on the category that doesn't have a new unit, like solo unit, is Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. So a new Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta who's actually good would be very nice. Of course, we have the Int Gogeta who still needs his Easy A. So that would obviously be very good as well. So there's a lot of things that we could see potentially coming up in the future that would be very nice buffs for Giant 8 power overall. But I think you guys would probably agree with the performance that we've seen on the turns where we've had him out. Even just under the 170 lead. Like, Vegito works really well on this team. He shares 5 links with this Goku. It's just a shame that I actually took a look at their combined list of 200% leader skills. And despite the fact that both of them are on quite a few different 200% leads each, they actually don't share a single 200% leader skill. Because, like, the LR Super Saiyan 4s from the 7th year, they obviously lead GT Heroes and Fused Fighters, which includes both of these guys, but their plus 30% is to Kamehameha, which the Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Vegito doesn't have, but the obviously normal Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, because of his counter animation, does have. So they don't actually share a 200% lead. So it'd be nice if they brought out like a new Dokkan Fest Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, give him a leader skill that is going to be like some combination of having Giant 8 power and Power Beyond Super Saiyan, I guess, would have to be the combos for getting the full 200%, because then obviously that would allow allow both of them to actually be on the team, right? So let's go ahead and do this. Unfortunately, I feel like if I transform into Gogeta, I feel like we're just going to kill him. In fact, we might just kill him anyway, because I kind of want to see, obviously, the turn. This is the biggest problem with Super Saiyan 4 Goku in these new events. It's not really so much his fault, but it's like, in these new Dismal Future Red Zones, like, you just don't get to see... full power Goku come out, and it's really, really unfortunate. So I'm going to do this. If we eat a super on almost any one of these units, we potentially would die, but... Apart from Goku, actually. Obviously, post-super, Goku could take a super here, especially with the item in play, and he would be fine. But I think both the LR Super Saiyan 4s or Limit Breaker Vegeta are just going to die if they take a super, even with the Princess Snake active. It depends how many supers these guys get, because obviously they do raise their defense with each super. They're already at about, was it 350k, which is relatively good. So... yeah, see, they still take 85k from normals because we didn't transform. I just didn't want to transform because Gogeta blatantly would just go ham and potentially kill this guy in combination with Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. So I did not want that to be the case. But as he has not super attacked yet, I'm assuming he is just going to super Vegeta here. Yep. Bruv. When he did that one normal attack, it was like, oh, double digits. I guess we'll be okay. And then, of course, he supers him. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. There are definitely different ways you can build full power, build a Giant 8 power team, but in terms of actually seeing Vegito, like Vegito next to Goku, as long as he's getting a rotation where he has the full Giant 8 power ally setup, so he's getting all of his buffs, then obviously the team looks very, very good. So I think maybe we could try a build with Vegito as the leader as well and see how that goes. Okay, so we're back into the same event. This is a team with the double Vegitos as the leads. I need Goku to take as many hits as possible so we can actually potentially get his standby. So I'm going to do this, as sketchy as it might be. Obviously, with no links active, Vegito is not going to be as good. But, I mean, post-super, his defense is quite high. He has the 60% damage reduction. I still am yet to see, I think, in all these setups that we've done so far, have we actually seen Vegito take a super from Zamasu after he's super attacked? Like, I'm still genuinely curious how much he's going to take, because I know from doing multiple reattempts to load this up and actually get, like, good starting rotations and stuff, if Vegito takes a super in slot 1 before he supers, he takes 1 million damage from this Zamasu, which I guess is understandable, right? He's a hard-hitting tech boss. But, you know, I haven't gotten to see what he takes post super, so unfortunately it's gonna, I know, so it's gonna end up being this Vegito, isn't it? The one that's missing out on like a huge amount of his defense. It'll still be an interesting thing to see, I guess, how much he actually does take, because we might still die, but depending on the number, even if we do die here, it might still be a reasonably decent amount. I guess we'll see. But I mean, even with no links, look at him just chipping away, 6-7 million attack stats, getting crits because of the crit chance in his passive, still taking double digits from the normals, and then there's a dodge as well. So I mean, I would say that was pretty good. Let's make sure we make it back to the next rotation in one piece. So we'll go ahead and do this, because obviously I'll be a little bit scared about full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku in the middle here. Also, unfortunately, this is one of those instances where, because our rotations are not quite set up the way I would want them to be, this is where Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Goku can definitely fraud you out, right? Because his passive, he needs to have a full heroes rotation or a full power rotation, but it can't be a mixture of the two. So Gohan's not on full power, and this full power Goku's not a heroes unit, so Limit Breaker Goku doesn't have his full passive active, which means he doesn't have his damage reduction. So using the item, definitely a good idea, because at least he has type advantage. He does get a little bit of extra defense here when he super attacks, so he should be okay. I mean, obviously, Zamasu's already supered, so yeah, he takes double digit damage. Please, attack 3 times in slot 1. It's only 2. It's only 2. But this is the rotation that I want to see, right? Because we got Vegito in slot 3 now. So Goku, with the buff from the previous 18 key super and the 30% support he'll get from Vegito, because remember, he gives 30% to Giant 8 power, 30% to crossover, so obviously 60% to both. But Goku's starting off at 431k defense. Bearing in mind, my one again is only 55%, so I think that is pretty good. Let's grab these, and then we'll grab the physical orbs for you. So obviously we've got no item active here. See how much we're taking. 54, yeah, double digits, and then 8.4. I mean, bearing in mind that Goku's on a 170 lead for this team build, I think that is pretty good. It really is a shame that they only gave Rose and Vegito the crossover as the plus 30%. Because, like, imagine if, like, for example, it would be nice if they'd given them 2, but imagine if Vegito had Power Beyond Super Saiyan as an extra plus 30%. Because then all of the Super Saiyan 4s would be on his 200% leader skill. That would be such a fun team. And then obviously Rose, what are his 30s? I guess it'd be weird to... he could have Power Beyond Super Saiyan as well, but he has like Super Saiyan 3 heroes and transformation boost. So for a full heroes team, he's still got that 30 for crossover. They could have done like Realm of Gods, maybe. I don't know what Rose's one would be. Off the top of my head, would be a great one to pick. Are you serious? Vegito didn't count in the super? Bro, come on. All right, I think we're going to leave it there because we're just getting really, really bad luck. But, I mean, what we wanted to see, which was Vegito and Goku together in a Giant 8 power setup, it seems like regardless of which one you use as the leader, they do both work very well together. It's just the rest of the team needs some serious help. So Give us in Gogeta's EZA, give us a new, like, busted Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, and then I think this team could be really, really good. But, I mean, Vegito and Goku are good on it. It's just the rest of the team kind of lets it down. So, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments section. So, that's going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ninja. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.